Welcome back, movie lovers, to another exciting quiz on our channel. Today, we're going to put your film knowledge to the test with our famous movie cars quiz. Get ready to dive into the world of iconic cars that have become just as famous as the actors themselves. So hit that like and subscribe button and let's jump right in. Let's start with an easy one. Which movie features a time-traveling DeLorean as its iconic car? Is it Back to the Future, The Fast and the Furious, or Mad Max Fury Road? In the Back to the Future franchise, the DeLorean time machine is a time travel device made by retrofitting a DMC DeLorean vehicle with a flux capacitor which allows for time travel when it hits 88 miles per hour. Get ready for the next question. In which film do we see a black 1964 Aston Martin DB5 as a legendary spice car? Is it Mission Impossible, The Bourne Identity, or James Bond Goldfinger? The answer is James Bond. The car was stolen from a secure hangar at Boca Raton Airport in Florida in 1997, and detectives have in all the time never been able to figure out where it went. Here comes the third question. Can you guess a movie that showcases a yellow 1970 Dodge Charger as a protagonist, right? Is it The Fast and the Furious, The Bucket List, or Gone in 60 Seconds? The Challenger was featured in the movie The Bucket List, starring Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman. This car was built by Picture Car Warehouse specifically for the movie. Let's test your knowledge further. Which film introduces us to a red and black 1976 Ford Gran Torino named the Striped Tomato? Is it Death Race, The Cannonball Run, or Starsky and Hutch? ABC put Starsky and Hutch on the air in the fall of 1975, and it was a hit in its first season, thanks in no small part to the cool cop car nicknamed the Striped Tomato. Moving on to the next question. This one is easy. In which movie do we have a black 1970 Dodge Charger RT? Is it Fast and Furious, 28 Days Later, or The Book of Eli? The 1970 Dodge Charger RT is the actual hero car driven by Vin Diesel in The Fast and the Furious. This is the actual screen-used Dodge Charger driven by Vin Diesel in the original The Fast and the Furious movie. Ready for another challenge? Can you name the film that features a talking, crime-fighting supercar known as the ITT? Is it the Italian Job, Knight Rider, or the Dukes of Hazzard? KITT is the short name of an advanced supercomputer on wheels from the adventure franchise Knight Rider. Let's move on to the next question. Which movie showcases a futuristic police car known as a spinner? Is it from Blade Runner, Minority Report, or Total Recall? Spinner is a generic term for the fictional flying cars used in the film Blade Runner. A spinner can be driven as a ground-based vehicle, take off vertically, hover, and cruise using jet propulsion, much like the vertical takeoff and landing aircraft currently in use today. Let's see if you can guess this one. In which film do we find a Ford Shelby GT500 Super Snake? Is it from Drive, Getaway, or Baby Driver? The answer is Getaway. We have a custom Ford Shelby GT500 Super Snake with a tech-savvy young passenger played by Selena Gomez sets out on a high-speed chase to rescue her beloved. Get ready for this one. Can you identify the movie that features a 2013 Shelby GT500 Super Snake, Need for Speed, Fast X, or The Blues The Mustang featured in Need for Speed is Shelby GT500 Super Snake, has a 5.8-liter supercharged V8 in two different tunes, with one producing 662 horsepower and one producing 850 horsepower. Here comes the 10th question. In which film do we see a silver Aston Martin DBS V12 as a secret agent's ride? Is it The Transporter, Die Another Day, or The Dark Knight? Pierce Brosnan's run as James Bond featured a variety of Aston Martins, including the V12 Vanquish that appeared in 2002's Die Another Day. Let's keep the quiz going. Which movie showcases a black 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor converted into an Ecto-1? Is it Ghostbusters, Men in Black, or Beetlejuice? Ghostbusters is the correct answer. This 1959 Cadillac is a Miller Meteor ambulance conversion and has been dressed in Ecto-1 livery inside and out. On to our next famous car. Can you name the movie which features a 1973 Chevy Malibu as its main car? Is it from Fast X, Drive, or Babu Driver? There may be over 40 cars in the movie Drive, but its lead character Ryan Gosling's own ride, a 1973 Chevy Malibu that steals the show with its prominent role on the screen. Before we continue, I want to remind you to hit the like button if you're enjoying this quiz. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join our movie-loving community by hitting the subscribe button and never miss an exciting quiz like this one. Alright, back to our questions. In which film do we see a silver Audi R8 as a superhero's sleek and powerful car? Is it Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, or The Dark Knight? The Audi R8 model 2008 is a car model of the famous German car brand, Audi. It is one of Tony Stark's cars and was the main car he used throughout the course of the first film in the Iron Man franchise. Moving on to the next one. Which movie showcases a green 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse in a high-stake race? Is it Need for Speed, Rush, or Fast and the Furious? The Fast and the Furious is the correct answer. Paul Walker's infamous first car in the franchise was a neon green 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse. It was one of 3 cars in the film to win a quarter-mile race in less than 10 seconds. Let's test your knowledge further. Can you name the film that features the iconic red Subaru Impreza WRX? Is it from Cannonball, Baby Driver, or Fast 5? Subaru Impreza WRX is featured in the movie Baby Driver. It's a high-performance sports car used by the main character in various thrilling chase scenes throughout the film. Ready for another challenge? It's going to be hard. In which movie do we find a 67 Lincoln Continental? Is it Hit and Run, Gran Torino, or The Driver? The 67 Lincoln Continental and the man behind its wheel starred in Hit and Run, a stunt-filled action comedy written, produced, directed, edited, and acted by Dax Shepard. Time for an iconic question. Which film showcases a gray and blue Nissan Skyline with turbocharger? Is it The X-Files, Too Fast, Too Furious, or Fast 5? The 1999 Nissan Skyline GT-R R34, driven by Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker in the 2002 film Too Fast, Too Furious. Let's see if you can guess this one. In which movie do we see a McLaren 720S? Is it Fast 5, Hobbs & Shaw, or Need for Speed? Hobbs & Shaw is the answer to this one. Shaw, played by Jason Statham, drives the dark blue British supercar out of secret garage throughout the streets and even underneath 2 opposing semi-trucks. Let's bring another iconic Japanese car. Do you know which movie featured this orange Toyota Supra? Is it from Fast and the Furious, Need for Speed, or Gran Torino? Another famous car in the Fast and Furious movie is a 1994 Toyota Supra MKIV, driven by Brian O'Connor as played by the late Paul Walker. Rest his soul. Here comes the 20th question. In which movie do we find a red and white 1958 Plymouth Fury? Is it from Overdrive, The Car, or Christine? A powerful but forgotten 1950s Mopar, the 1958 Plymouth Fury, gained notoriety in the movie Christine. You can still find it on TV throughout the year. It still draws an audience and is said to have a cult following. Ready for another challenge? Can you name the film that showcases this pink Honda S2000, which belongs to a street racer? Is it Drive, Baby Driver, or Too Fast, Too Furious? Suki's hot pink 2000 Honda S2000, which shined in Too Fast, Too Furious, is one of the most iconic vehicles in the entire Fast and Furious franchise. Let's move on from Japanese cars. In which movie do we see a silver and black Ford Mustang V8 as the main character's car? Is it Gone in 60 Seconds, Fast and Furious, or The Italian Job? The car known as Eleanor is a modified Ford Mustang V8 that starred with Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie in the year 2000 remake of the Gone in 60 Seconds movie. Let's test your knowledge further. Which film features iconic Sax CCXR at the ending scene? Is it Death Race, Fast 5, or The Punisher? Fast 5 is the correct answer. After the vault heist in Rio de Janeiro, Roman visited Tej's garage in Miami to show his iconic Sax CCXR that he purchased with his money from the heist. Get ready for the next question. In which movie do we find a BMW Mini Cooper as a gateway vehicle? Is it Ocean's 11, The Hangover, or The Italian Job? What made The Italian Job stand out and apart from the other movies was the use of very surprising cars in the movie. We agree, the Mini Cooper certainly has a long and interesting history, but as a getaway vehicle, it lacked a sudden flair. And now it's time for the final question. Can you identify the film? The showcase is a 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback. Is it Knight Rider, Tokyo Drift, or Starsky and Hutch? The 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback is a major car driven by Sean Boswell in Tokyo Drift, as it was used to beat a 2003 Nissan Fairlady Z, which belongs to DK in a drifting race.